Now to start things off, I usually like to take my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, I apply some on my lid as well as underneath my eye, and I just go ahead and smooth that out with my finger. Now by using concealer, this is going to give you a better color payoff. Now I'm going to be using the Morphe 35B palette. I'm going to take a blending brush and I'm going to pick up this shade right here, and I'm going to apply that above the crease area. Now when you're using colors, just make sure that you don't use a very heavy hand at first because you don't want to get that patchy eyeshadow. So I'm just going to gradually add the color to build up the intensity, and I'm also going to drag it outwards. And it's okay if you get it in the crease and on the lid because we're going to clean it up afterwards with concealer. Next, I'm going to be taking this shade right here and I'm going to apply that directly in the crease area. Now when I do cut creases, I like to start with a light shade, a medium shade, and then I go ahead and add a darker shade. And this is going to give you a very defined cut crease. Now you can use as many shades as you want, but today I'm just going to use 3. And just as I did the first color, just go ahead and drag it outwards as well. And I want it to be a little bit darker, so I'm going to take a tapered blending brush. This is going to really help you get directly into that crease, and I'm going to apply this shade and drag it outwards as well. Now you can go ahead and apply as much as you want until you get it to the shade that you like. And as always, I like to take a blending brush and just buff out those harsh lines. Now to cut my crease, I always use this e.l.f. concealer brush. It is a very small flat brush with a round head on it, and I've seen people use bigger ones with square heads or more rounder tips. Just find which one works best for you. And so I'm going to dip it in my lightest concealer that I have, which in this case is a Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and I'm going to start by applying it all over the lid area. Now for this cut crease, I'm not going to make it too big, but here you can shape it pretty much however you want. I'm going to leave it a little bit above the actual crease line. Now when I'm doing the tail part of it, I like to, you see how you can see the 2 different shades, the darkest shade? I'm just going to cut the crease right in between that. So I like to start at the tail end and drag inwards. Now for this part, you can just go ahead and drag the excess concealer downward, or you can also just take a makeup remover wipe and remove that excess blue shade off. Here I'm just going to blend it inwards and then I'll clean it up in a second. Now here with the cotton ball, I'm just going to drag that excess concealer off and I'm going to reapply some fresh concealer over that. The whole point of this is just to get rid of that blue that blended in with the concealer. Now I'm not going to add any color onto the lid, so I'm just going to set this with some translucent powder. Now if for some reason you think that your cut crease still isn't defined or dark enough, you can go ahead and take a small liner brush such as this one and go ahead and apply the darkest shade on there and just draw some right above the cut crease. Now for the lower lash line, I'm just going to apply some of that purple shade. Next I will be adding some mascara, and I think this one's by L'Oreal. Now for lashes, I'll be using the ones by Dodo Lashes in the style D309. So this completes the look, you guys. I hope that it was helpful to some of you, and I hope you enjoyed this video as well. Have a blessed week, and I'll see you in the next video.